So yesterday we saw Tulsi Gabbard revoke the security clearance from a number of people. Now, is this payback? Is it political weaponization? Or is this accountability? I hope this is accountability. I think accountability is something we need in politics, regardless of what side you're on. I hope it doesn't go and continue as this back and forth all the time, but there needs to be accountability for lying to the American public, for bad legislation, and for just destroying the United States as we know it. It's been going on long enough now with this whole social justice warrior type of stuff where they weaponize and everything from gender to religion to any sort of separate or sect of identity so that it turns people against each other. It's weird, right? Because we've always been taught, for as long as you can remember with history, that you divide and conquer, and that is how you defeat and take away rights from people. Or at least that's been something I've come to realize from all the history books I ran through. And it seems like a very normal act in a playbook that they keep doing cyclically in history, and we do not learn. So whatever perspective you're on with what Tulsi Gabbard is doing, I think it's good, because the whole Russia hoax was insane that it came from higher ups, like people from the alphabet agencies. They knew it wasn't a real story. They knew it wasn't anything that had concrete evidence behind, and they pushed it to cause issues for a candidate and for a president of the United States. Let me just read to you real quick what Tulsi Gabbard wrote about what she did yesterday with revoking security clearances. Being entrusted with a security clearance is a privilege, not a right. Those in the intelligence community who betray their oath to the Constitution and put their own interests ahead of the interests of the American people have broken the sacred trust they promised to uphold. Right, and again, depending on what side of the spectrum you're on, you're going to see this as weaponization or you're going to see this as accountability. The intelligence community itself ran a story and an investigation. It knew it was false. And who knows how deep those tentacles go, to what politicians, to what agencies this goes, just to cause issues or force a candidate to not becoming president. We can't have this type of interference. Now, from my perspective, I think this is great. I think if you're caught lying and critically deceiving the American people, your security clearance should be gone, amongst other things. I hope this type of action goes back farther and farther, and especially those people with the whole jab thing that happened a few years ago, they get held accountable as well, because I think that was disgusting. I've said it many times, but I will never forget the people that passed legislation or pushed any sort of narrative that had old people dying by themselves in hospitals while their families stood outside because of another lie they pushed. It's terrible what they did, and it's terrible what they continue doing. Anyways, this is a constant type of thing that the intelligence community, along with social media, along with our politicians and our famous people, constantly push these little ideologies, these little lies, so that we can't get a focus on what's really important. I think what her own Democratic Party did to her originally, to villainize her so they could get the individuals they wanted to be candidates instead of her, is a terrible thing. But it seems it even built more character in a woman who's an amazing leader and already had great character into a stronger woman, into a great leader. I think she's someone that's an amazing role model for younger women, and I think she should be celebrated as such. Finally, the whole security clearance revocation, I think, is important and needs to be done regularly. I hope there's a continued path towards responsibly holding politicians and other individuals accountable for what they are doing and the damage they are causing to the American people.